Are you in progress? Okay. So, what's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? I'll mute your mics for this one. It's okay. That's good. It's good. Good. Everyone's good.
Yeah.
So we finally basically finished our project, right? It was great. Can you guys just summarize for the audience, what the idea was about, and what you were talking about, and anything you want to add in real quick, just about introducing yourselves and saying where you worked on, what was great about the idea, and just those little things. Let's let Keish lead in that one. So what was the project about, Keish?
Yeah, so the project was I'm sorry, this is awkward. Okay, so the project was about the underground bike culture, and basically just getting a perspective of the dirt bikers themselves and seeing what's really happening within the community, how the culture and the community feels about the dirt bike culture here in Philadelphia. So that was rather talking about the positive aspects of dirt bike culture, and really just hearing the inside perspectives of the dirt bikers themselves, something that we haven't heard before. So yeah.
Nice. I like that. Yeah, so we love that idea, right? It was pretty good. It was interesting. It was something new, right? What about you, Damien and Jaleese? What did you guys think? Let's go to Jaleese first.
So to summarize the project, it was basically about the underground bike culture, like Keish said. We wanted to highlight the voices of those who were in the culture and also get the community's perspective on what they think about the culture, and just to see where everybody's at and like everybody's opinions on the culture. We also wanted to see why the ATV riders feel a certain way about how the community is treating them.
Nice. And Damien, anything to add on that?
I think they explained it perfectly. Yeah, I'm really excited doing it. It'll be fun.
All right, great. Well, good answers. All right, let me real quick check my next question. Okay, so do any of you feel changed, or did your perspective change on ATV dirt bikers based on this project? Let's go in reverse. Let's go to Damien real quick.
Yes, I do feel like it changed. I think before going into this, I really didn't know a lot about ATV riding and dirt bike riding, and now I have a new perspective of it, and I have like respect for people who do ride it, and yeah.
So in the beginning, I didn't know too much about ATV riders like Damien. I kind of just thought that there were people that were riding around. I didn't really think too much about them. It may seem like they were like looking for trouble, but after I did some research, I found out that the reason that they ride is because they're trying to keep themselves away from trouble. So that changed. That's how my perspective changed.
Yeah, I would I don't know if my perspective changed. And more so, I feel like my perspective is more so like clarified. I feel like I went in with the assumption that I'm like dirt bike culture is really important to Philly, because I grew up feeling that, and I didn't really understand like the perspective that it wasn't important, or that it was a nuisance or anything other than a part of a culture or a subculture. And so yeah, I think that like hearing the interviews, it made me happy that my opinion or assumption wasn't like too far off from how people were really thinking. And yeah, so that really made me happy, I guess.
I think so. I think I would agree too as well. I'm glad, kind of a mix of everybody, right? I kind of knew a little bit about the culture before, but just like Jaleese and Damien kind of said, at first, sometimes when you're driving in traffic and you're seeing them roll around, and if they get in your way, you're like, all right, man, what's going on? You know what I mean? So you do have, but you forget that, there is no place for them to ride. So yeah, that is important. So, but I'm glad your perspectives changed. All right, let's make the next question here. All right. In the beginning of this project, we were all a bit worried about the potential interviewees. They weren't calling us back. You know, we were like, you know, trying to get them to kind of really like, you know, beg them kind of to be on our interview. And they, some said yes, and then they dropped off and they just became like, you know, dead in communication. But eventually we were able to get it done, right? You guys were able to finish it together, put a story together, change directions a little bit. But for the most part, you know, it was virtually the same thing where you wanted to still highlight the community perspective, right, if you will. How do you feel about finishing it? You know, do you feel relieved? What do you feel? Tell us. Let's let Jaleese lead in this one.
Yeah, so in the beginning, I was excited. I was ready to start the project. Once we were having problems with the interviews, I was more worried. I thought it was going to be impossible to complete the project. But after we did the interviews and, you know, we got over the hard part, I felt a lot more relieved. I felt like we did better. Like, I feel like, I think we did better than we thought we could, compared to the other groups and, you know, the problems that we had along the way. So, yeah.
Let's say, Keish, you want to go?
Can you repeat the question again? Sorry.
So how do you feel about the project being finished? You know, we had ups and downs where it was exciting, and then the interviews didn't come through, and we were worried. But then eventually stuff started to come together, and you even said yourself how, you know, you were just surprised that it came out better than you expected. So tell us how you feel.
Yeah, I feel really good. Like when like people wasn't getting back in like the timely manner, or like this wasn't getting back at all. I'm like, I felt like the project was a little done. Like it's like a little stressful, like in the midst of like the situation and like the chaos. But then like when like the project finally like comes out, it's like a relief, and you feel like everything is like all the stress is worth it. Because then you have like a completed project forever. And so yeah, that's really just how I feel. I feel really good that the project is complete and that people can like hear this perspective, and like no matter what, we'll be able to show it anywhere, I guess.
Damien?
Oh yeah, I think I'm just like so proud of like all of them and all of us for completing this project. It was really hard, and not a lot of people was, you know, getting back to us. I think that was like, you know, all worried. We were worried about that part, but I feel like when the video was almost half done, that's when I think we like knew like, okay, like this is it. Like this is like our video. And I'm really proud of it, and yeah.
Right. Let's go to the next one here. Okay. Good answers, guys, by the way. All right. So, Jaleese, you did an awesome job with the voiceover. Damien has said repeatedly that you have the best voice to narrate this project. Is this the beginning of you journey into more voiceover acting or more voiceover with videos? Are you just being, you know, open to recording just more sound effects and voice for future projects?
I mean, I'm open to the idea of it. It was my first time, so it was a little weird. It took me about 40 minutes to complete like a 3-minute voiceover because I kept breathing, I kept stuttering, I kept, you know, repeating words. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was gonna be. Just I felt like I was so nervous, so like that made it a lot worse. But I'm open to the idea of it. I think it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be in the beginning, even though it was hard. But I mean, if I don't know, if the opportunity comes, then I guess I'll take it.
What do you guys think? Both of you think she did a really great job, right?
Yeah, you did an amazing job. It was really good.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Let's go to the next one. Here we go. All right. It's you. Okay, so 5, Keish, you were the in-person or on-scene reporter for most of the project. You were able to grab Rashid, aka Freedom John, and another interviewer named Alum. Tell us a little bit about those experiences, like how you set up those interviews. Were you nervous when speaking with them?
Yeah, so I guess I'll start like with like the like chronologically like in time. So like I guess the way that I set it up was just reaching out DM messages, and they actually got to me right away. And I was like a little surprised when it came to Freedom John. I was actually really surprised because they had like welcomed me in their house, and I'm like, do you really want me to do this? Like, and yeah, I never been to somebody's house like and interviewed them in like an intimate setting, like a house. And so I was really excited, but nervous. And so actually I was in both of their houses. So yeah, it was a really good experience. And I think that like when you're in like an intimate setting in a house, like you really get to connect, and you have to like be more thoughtful of how you approach like your questions. And I think like you build a natural bond. So yeah, it's really fun.
Did you change questions along the way based on what they said?
Actually, yes. Yes. So Freedom John, we actually the first approach that I had, because Freedom John was the first in-person interview, was basically talk about their journey and their relationship with their own culture, and try to make it like somehow let it let it smoothly like go into the questions. But then I realized like when it comes to like time, you want to be more direct with communication, and that was like across the board. And so the second interview with Alum, I was more direct with the questions and just like came out with the gate with the dirt bike questions. And so there was like two different approaches. I feel like like a mixture of both, like having somebody tell their like a little bit life journey mixed with like the actual questions that you want to ask is like good. But like throughout this process, I learned just to be like direct with communication, and like say which, don't be scared about what you want out of asking something to get an answer of what you want. I guess I don't know if that made sense, but yeah.
Nice. No, I love that. It's great advice. And real quick, FYI, yeah, no problem. No, absolutely. FYI, we got a few minutes, so I'm gonna rush the questions a little bit, okay? But good job, good answers, great. Damien, you handled the virtual interview, right, with Isaiah Thomas, council member Isaiah Thomas. But you seemed so relaxed and smooth when you delivered your questions. Is that true, or were you a little intimidated deep down inside?
I think I was nervous doing the interview because, I mean, he was a councilman, and I thought that was a little intimidating, but I think just like his demeanor as he came across, he like was really relaxed, and he was just like open to really any question. So I think during the middle part of like, our interview, I think I was more relaxed, but yeah, I was just like really nervous, and yeah, it was a really cool interview though.
So what's next for the project? What's the future looking for? I mean, you guys kind of finished one part of it, right? But you said you expressed you wanted to do more, you wanted to add more to it, or maybe continue into a documentary. Jaleese, we're looking at probably maybe writing some article, right, for it. What's the future hold, for this project, and also for maybe yourselves as together as a team?
I would say, yeah, I'm sorry. I would say, 10 minutes left. So I would say with the project as a whole, I mean, definitely open to like, doing it longer, like, investigating it more, and like getting into it a lot more. And Jaleese might be making an article about it. It's really cool. If she needs any help, like, we're always here. And yeah, that's what I was.
Jaleese or Keish, one of you guys can go first.
So from this process, I learned a lot about teamwork and like communication and time managing. So I think doing another project like this, I feel like I will come in like knowing a lot more. This was like my first project with WHYY, so I didn't know what to expect. But if I do another project, I will know a lot more. Like Damien said, I am gonna be working on an article for the video as well, just to like have like more in-depth information on the topic. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess what I would see next is like maybe like some type of I don't know, like political education, like or like workshops or classes or something like that that uses the video to show basically the erasure of culture in Philly. And I think that because like in a lot of different organizations that was in high school, like they would teach upon like social constructs and stuff like that, like gentrification. And there will also be like times where we will watch videos. And so like I can see that as a video being shown, whether no matter how many people watch it, I think that if you watch the video, you can learn or unlearn something. And so I think that like the video is like a really good, yeah, I think it's like a video really good overall for anybody if you live in Philly or don't, to understand something about like culture and the importance of it.
Great answers, everyone. All right. Any last words? Keish, last words? Could be anything.
I'm just really thankful for going through this process. I learned a lot and had a great team, and yeah, I learned a lot, and I feel really blessed to be able to go through this process and come out on the end with something like really good.
Julisse?
Same like Keish, I'm really glad that I was able to have a team like the one that I have. Just like I feel like if I do another project like this, something that I have to keep in mind is that I just have to trust the process, because in the beginning it may seem like everything is going bad and like, I don't know, your whole world is ending, but towards the end, like everything gets better. So just trust the process.
I love that. Trust the process. You hear that all the time. Damien, what's up?
Yeah, I'm gonna just echo what both of them said. It was a interesting beginning process, and I think towards the end it was amazing. And thank you, Trent. Also, you are an amazing instructor, and we literally couldn't have done any of this without you. So yeah, really appreciative.
I appreciate that, guys. You know what? And you guys are great. I'm very proud of you, very creative, and you did an awesome job. And so, this is, the first of many, and for others, another round of projects that they're going to make, keep making and keep going and keep becoming filmmakers, media makers, and journalists. So I'm very proud of all three of you. So awesome job. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you so much. And